Alright, good morning guys. It is super early, but I wanted to get this video out because I want to try making some vegan bacon. So we're not vegan, we're not vegetarian, but we do not eat pork, and I sometimes just want a BLT. So that's what I'm going to do today without the tomato, just because tomatoes kind of give me acid reflux really bad, and I don't need that early in the morning. But I've already cut down some eggplants using a mandolin. Just cut them really thin to kind of look like bacon strips. That's what I'm doing here. And I have quite a few. I did half because it's just me and my husband. If it's more of you guys, you can use, you can cut down more, of course. So first, what we're going to do is make the marinade for the eggplant. So we're going to start off with 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. This is less sodium. If you are a true vegan, they have like a vegan version of soy sauce. We're also going to use Worcestershire sauce, and they have a vegan version of that as well. So 3 tablespoons. Get that all in there. Alright. Then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of the Worcestershire sauce. And again, if you're completely vegan, there are options for you. If you are not and just want to try this recipe, soy sauce, regular soy sauce, and Worcestershire sauce works. Alright. So the whole basis of this is to kind of get it to have a smoky flavor like bacon. So that's kind of what we're on here. Okay, the next thing is we're going to add some maple syrup. This is a buttered flavor. It can be any type of maple syrup. If I can get the container open. It's kind of glued shut here. One moment, guys. We'll just take the lid off since the other lid won't come off. So 2 tablespoons. One, a little bit more won't hurt. You know, I like maple bacon. All right. We're also going to add about 1/4 cup of olive oil. I have extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to put that right in there. Alright. We have about 1 tablespoon of black pepper. Go right in there. 1/2 teaspoon of, and that was 1 teaspoon of black pepper. 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. Get it all in there. Then we're going to use this smoked paprika. This is really where the flavor for the bacon is really going to come out. So this is about 1/2 teaspoon. I'm going to make it put a full teaspoon in there. And I also have my oven already going and preheating at 350. It takes about 30 minutes for the eggplant to get crispy enough to go on your bread. So let's just get our whisk. Get that all whisked in together. See that? Nice and good. And you know, this is a new recipe for me, but it says syrup. I bet we could also use brown sugar. I bet that would be really good as well. The brown sugar bacon. All right. So I'm going to just put this whisk up. And we're going to just add our eggplant slices in there and get them all coated in this nice juice. I got a whole bunch of pieces here, and I'm just going to coat it. Got a fork here, so I don't get my hands all dirty. I have a white shirt on, and I'm no apron this morning. Let's just get it all coated in there. Nice and coated. Also, you're going to use a baking sheet. I have parchment paper on mine, so I'm hoping it works well with the parchment paper. I hate cleaning the baking sheet, so I always use foil or parchment paper. I think foil may make it too crispy. The recipe did not call for foil. And of course, you can always, you know, if I mess it up, if I try it again, then I know to switch it from parchment paper to foil. So these are all nice and coated. Can you see? Got all those juices all over it, right? So we're going to go ahead and get our pieces started. See, I have my foil, I'm sorry, my parchment paper right here. So that down so you guys can see. All right. All right, and I'm just going to put them in here, keep them spaced out. Alright, get it in there. We're just going to keep lining it all the way across. And if you need more than one, then just get you another sheet and line it up. Which we're probably going to do that because we don't want them to be too close. I really want them to get as crispy as they can. So I have about 6 pieces on here. Let me wash my hands. I'm going to go ahead and get this set stuck in the oven, and I'm going to do another set for the remainder of those. And the recipe says 350. I may actually increase it to 375. Maybe cook it a little bit faster. Here's my pan. Parchment paper. And you know what's cool? They sell these in sheets now, and I think that's pretty cool. I'm cheap, so I always buy the cheap brand from Walmart, but they have like the Reynolds wrap version. So we're just going to finish. Some of these are really thin because I was trying to get a good consistency. I'm going to use all of them. Waste not, want not. Alright. Getting it all in there. And it's about 7 o'clock, so this should be done around 7:30. Which is the time that I actually start work. So I'm doing this before I have to clock in. Luckily, I'm working from home for a couple of more weeks due to the pandemic just going apeshit crazy again. Alright. I feel like this is going to be really good. I've been wanting to do this recipe for a while, so I hope it really takes. So let me wash my hands again. Alright, we're going to get this set in there. I think I am going to turn it up to about 375, and I'm just going to keep monitoring it to make sure that it doesn't burn or anything like that. In the meanwhile, or in the meantime, I should say, I'm just going to clean up my station real fast here. Now, I cut up some romaine lettuce. I mean, not romaine, iceberg lettuce. You can use romaine lettuce, but for this, I kind of like using iceberg. It just reminds me of growing up and eating these at home. I also have some bread, but it's a thick cut brioche bread. It's really soft. I got it from Walmart, and I think it's just nice and thick enough to go with this. Now, I do not have a toaster because I don't eat a lot of toast around here. So usually if I want to toast my buns or anything like that, I either do it in a skillet with some butter or I'll do it in the oven. We're going to do ours on the skillet to get it nice and crispy. And then a lot of people don't like mayo or Miracle Whip, but a quick hack, if you take some Miracle Whip and you can add some type of spice to it to make it a spicy mayo, or if you want to be fancy, a spicy aioli, which is basically just mayo with something in it. You can use sriracha sauce, hot sauce. I use Louisiana hot sauce. Usually I have Texas Pete or something like that. If I had sriracha, I would have used sriracha. You can use a Cajun seasoning in it. Anything to spice it up for a different flavor. You can add some lemon juice to it and give it a little acidic flavor, especially if your bacon or your faux bacon comes out sweeter. It just kind of gives it a whole balance to the dish, right? So it's really easy. Just a couple of spoons in here and whatever hot seasoning you want to use. Mix it in together and you have you a spicy aioli or spicy mayo, spicy Miracle Whip. Whatever you want to call it. It's your home. Do what you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and preheat my stove or my skillet so that we can start browning the bread. So you see how big these are? Nice and big slices. And it's just me, so it's just going to be one sandwich. My husband's not here, but he will get to taste it later, especially if I really like it. This was going to be for dinner, but then I changed my mind and said I didn't want meat for breakfast. So this was my alternative, and so I decided to go ahead and do a video on it as well. Alright. So I'm going to get my butter. I have unsalted butter. You can use any butter you want to use. If you're vegan and you're doing it this way, they have vegan butters out there. My problem with everything being vegan is the fact that it's so expensive, and I don't understand why. I really still do not understand why it is so expensive to eat vegan. It's expensive to eat everything in 2022 because all prices have went up, right? This is a no salt butter. Again, we season our food, so everything, all other condiments, we normally try to get less sodium. So I'm just going to get that heated up. Now there's an option you can do also. It's called brown butter. Basically all it is when you put your butter in a skillet, you let it cook until it starts browning. It gives it a nuttier flavor than regular butter. You just have to be careful that you don't burn your butter, right? So that's part of the issue that we would have with that. Oh, and oh my God, surprisingly, the eggplant smells like bacon is cooking in my oven. Wonderful. I love it. This is going to be pretty good. And I did turn it up to 375, which is why I'm watching it. Just to make sure. I'm going to get a couple of crispy pieces. I don't want to keep you guys very long waiting 30 minutes for it. We're going to build our sandwich based off of what's crispy enough. I'll let the rest of it cook on down. But it really does smell like bacon in my house. It's amazing to me. So let me move you guys over here. There we go. So I'm just coating my pan all the way around. I have my heat up a little bit. We just want to make it crispy like you would do a grilled cheese sandwich or, or your toast. If you would do your toast in the oven or anything like that. Just pressing it down a little bit just so it can get all the juices in the bread. So guys, I was watching Love and Hip Hop reunion, and Stevie J comes on there and he starts apologizing to Mimi Faust. And I think it's hilarious because all that he took her through over the years, and it's like that simple apology just is not enough. And for some reason he thought he was like on really good terms with her, but in her mind she's just like, he's just like the father of my child. And we just keep it cordial, and she said something about like he's a dreamer. He likes to dream big and have fantasies. And I think that's part of the problem. Like, he probably speaks a good game, but he has no action behind anything. I don't have anything against any of these people because they don't wake me up in the morning. But it's just good TV to discuss. And so, also Erica Mina and Safari. I really don't know what's going on with them. I don't know why they can't get it together. Erica is very messy for no reason. And she kind of started something with one of the castmates, Jonathan, about him saying they're not black enough. And she took it out of context. And I don't like that about her because she tried to make it seem like he was a racist when really he was just actually trying to prove a point. And he used black as a reference. And she got into an argument with Sin Santana and him at one of their parties. And then like just threw that in his face, remember we're not black enough. And I think that's kind of wrong for Erica to do that because that's not what that man meant. And so you're trying to twist his words. But it's good so far. I'm enjoying it. One of my favorite characters though is Shekinah. She is absolutely hilarious to me and she reminds me of myself. I am very blunt and I speak whatever's on my mind, and if I don't like you, I don't like you, and if I think you're wrong, I tell you you're wrong. And she does the same thing, and everybody just keeps saying if she gets her a man, if she gets out of people's business, da da da, she wouldn't be so grumpy. But she's really telling y'all about yourselves. Some of the stuff that y'all are that they're doing is just ridiculous, and she's just the friend that's going to tell y'all about yourselves, and nobody really likes that. But I love her character. I think she's really good. I like how peaceful Mimi is now. Also, she's in this zen zone, and I love it. And I like how Zell Swag apologized to Mimi about some things that happened previously because he is like her stylist or whatever like that. And so he, I guess it was some, Twitter, Instagram beef going on, and he apologized. So that was pretty cool. So my bread is still getting there. I'm going to turn it up a little bit because it's taking a little bit longer than what I wanted it to. The bacon, eggplant bacon, smells really good. Let me get a... Oh, it's really getting there. You see that, guys? It looks just like bacon. Now, I doubt it's going to taste like bacon, but the flavoring should mimic bacon. I can't say that eggplant is bacon, but it will give me the ability to be able to do this BLT like I want to. So, I'm okay with that. So, we're still just waiting. It's 7:17, so still about 15 more minutes for the eggplant bacon. But again, I'm going to try to just show you what it will look like. The rest of them will be extra crispy, but we're just going to at least build the sandwich so you guys will know. Just getting a plate out. Do y'all wash y'all's plates down even after you've washed dishes? Like I have a habit, maybe the way I grew up, I still just, dust off. It ain't really dusty, but, just wipe off. And as I wipe, I keep putting my fingerprints all over it. That's hilarious. Okay, see that? Nice and toasty. You can do the inside as well. I'm only doing the outside. That's the part I won't toast it. So I just put my other piece in there. Smash it down a little bit. While I'm waiting for that piece, go ahead and put a little bit of this spicy aioli, or spicy mayo if you would like to say. And I also have onions because I love onions. So my BLT is going to have onions and lettuce. Most BLTs, of course, is bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes. I've had enough tomatoes in the last few dishes I've made that I have enough heartburn for everybody, and I'm good on that. So let me grab my lettuce and onions. See, I have some lettuce. Get it all filled in here. And I have so much lettuce because the bread is so big. I don't want a limp sandwich. Alright. Cut this onion down a little bit. Okay. A couple of pieces of onion. we're just waiting for the bacon. We're going to top that with the bacon, and we'll be ready to go. All right. Look at that. Ooh, nice and crispy. I love it. So we're just going to put that piece right there. Make sure we turn our owl off. Move that over. Going to add the spicy aioli to the other side. See that, guys? My lighting is really bad in my kitchen. I can't wait to get a good lighting system so you guys can really see what's going on. All right. So we have that. I'm going to check on our eggplant bacon again. Get us a couple of pieces here. Tastes good. All right. So this is what they look like. They definitely need to be in there a little bit longer, but again, I'm doing this so you guys can see the consistency of it. I just put a couple of pieces on there, and remember I still have some in the oven that's going to get even more crispy. Put these back in there. Alright, then we're just going to get our sandwich down. Now, do you guys like your sandwich cut? Bring you over here. Or do you guys like to eat your sandwich whole? We're going to just take a bite of this. Look at that. It looks really good. Let's just take a quick bite. Okay, guys. It's not bad. I can do this. Sorry for my hair. I can definitely do this. This is really good. Check me out some more. That is really good. And I'll be seeing you guys later.